Hello and welcome to the Top Corner European Roundup Show for the 30th of December 2019. You might have noticed that the audio quality, fingers crossed, is hopefully not a little, but much better than it has been on the episodes. I've invested in a new microphone, so hopefully the quality has improved. If you are new to the channel, please do leave a like and a subscription. As always, it is the perfect YouTube channel, whether it's for your gaming needs or your European football. So without further ado, let's go into the first piece of news today, and it came from Borussia Dortmund. Out of absolutely nowhere yesterday afternoon, Borussia Dortmund announced the signing of Red Bull Salzburg striker Erling Haaland. It's an incredible signing, let's be real. The player, of course, has been linked over many months to joining a whole host of clubs all over Europe, including the likes of Juventus, and the club he was, of course, linked to the most, Manchester United. But the player decided to move to Borussia Dortmund for a fee of around 20 million euros, which, when you think about it, is an absolute steal for the quality of player that Erling Haaland already is. Now, it was news that wasn't expected, but German outlet Bild yesterday morning reported that the player was close to joining the club, which about 2 p.m. UK time, the move actually did come to fruition with the announcement of the signing on Twitter, to not just surprise me, but to surprise everybody, because it came out of absolutely nowhere. I mean, it's an incredible signing for Borussia Dortmund. As you'll have known over the last couple of weeks, Paco Alcacer, the Spanish striker, has only just come back from injury, but the club have been desperate to get themselves another striker through the door to cover the times that Alcacer's injured. And I don't think that he's going to be a play just to cover Alcacer. He's definitely going to get game time. He's a top quality striker at such a young age, and in my opinion, it is the perfect place to move, rather than going to a Juventus or a Manchester United and becoming a player that a club will rely on. A team like Dortmund will help him to develop as a player, and that's what Haaland needs in his career right now. He needs a club that is going to help him develop rather than hinder him. He's at such a young age, and he's got so much. He's so mature, and he's got a lot to learn still in such a long career, that players like Marco Reyes will definitely be able to help him not just mature even more as a player, but learn a whole host of new things that maybe he didn't know while he was out in Austria. Of course, it's bad news for Red Bull Salzburg. They lost Minamino a couple of weeks ago to Liverpool. They've now lost Haaland, and it's very likely they're going to lose Hwang Hee-chan as well. So will Red Bull Salzburg be able to cope? 100% definitely will. They are an incredible force for creating talent. But will Haaland succeed in Germany? We'll find out over the next couple of months. But on to the next story now, and West Ham have officially announced a brand new manager only one day after the dismissal of Manuel Pellegrini, and it's that man, David Moyes. Now, he's someone that isn't new to the club. Of course, he had a previous stint when Slaven Bilic was sacked as the manager of West Ham United back in, I think it was December 2017, I said on the last episode. But he's back, and this time he's been given an 18-month contract with his first game coming against Bournemouth on New Year's Day. Now, as I've said before in the last episode, West Ham are, of course, only 1 point above the relegation zone in 17th. The reaction has not gone down well on Twitter and all over social media. A lot of negativity from West Ham fans, quite clearly making it clear they didn't want the club to sign the manager, with names like Rafa Benitez and Niko Kovac being linked to the job in the short period of time where there was no manager available at the club. A lot of fans see this as regression rather than progression for the club, and it's safe to say you could agree with that in a sense. rather than going out and trying to get a big-named manager in. But of course, we're in such a period of time of desperation that it is really a case of West Ham just picking up someone now ahead of still a pretty busy winter period. Stuart Pearce and Alan Irvine, who you will of course remember was there with Moyes at the time when he was there back in 2017 and 18, are also likely to join the club again as part of his backroom staff. So that's Moyes back to West Ham. Will he do West Ham a favour? Who knows? Or are they potentially going to be going down? We'll find out over the next couple of months. But on to one side that's brought a new club in, to a side that has sacked their manager, and that is in the form of Genoa. Of course, it was a piece of news I believe I reported a couple of days ago on the European Roundup Show, but it has now actually been announced that Thiago Motta has lost his job as Genoa manager after only 2 months in charge of the club. He won his first game at Genoa, but then since then the side have lost 5 and drawn 3, with no other wins since that first victory in charge of the club. As of current, Genoa actually sit at the bottom of Serie A after 17 games. They are 5 points away from safety, so there's certainly a window of opportunity for whoever has come in to quickly rectify those mistakes. And they have actually announced a manager as well. They announced not long after the dismissal of Thiago Motta that Davide Nicola, the 46-year-old, who is a former player of Genoa, he's had previous spells at the likes of Udinese, Bari and Crotone. He was announced as their brand new manager in the hopes that he can be the one to, fingers crossed, sort out the serious issues that the club have had. And finally, we go on to the last piece of news, and this is more really good news in the forms of this little kid here who's done absolutely fantastic yesterday for the Real Madrid under-13s. The guy that you can see on the screen, he is Jose Antonio Reyes' son. Of course, the ex-Arsenal, ex-Sevilla player unfortunately passed away earlier this year, but a fantastic piece of news that came out today. The La Liga Promises title was wrapped up. It is for I think it's the under-13s, for the younger kids, and he scored 4 goals for the Real Madrid under-13s to get the side the status of the La Liga Promises title. Now, the youngster only joined the Real Madrid under-13s a month after his father's death, and he certainly would have made his family proud after that fantastic result yesterday. The latest triumph for the side is the 8th time that the side have picked up a victory, making them the most successful team of all time in the La Liga Promises competition. So some fantastic news that came out today, of course. Unfortunate in the sense of Reyes, but fantastic that his son is going on and hopefully will make a name for himself just like his father did. And that is it for the Top Corner European Roundup Show. Now, for any of you that do watch the show, of course, leave a comment and tell me, is the sound quality much better? I'm hoping it is. Fingers crossed, of course, because I've spent quite a little bit to get to this new microphone. As always, apologies about that, the sound probably did go for a second there. You could see the links there that are available if you want to follow any of those channels. I forgot to actually put the audio input on that slide there, so whoops on that one. But thank you very much for joining me on this episode. There will be one more episode up for tomorrow for New Year's Eve, but then there won't be an episode up for New Year's Day. I think I will take a break to celebrate the ringing in for 2020. But thank you very much, and I will see you on tomorrow's episode. Goodbye.